Good. Yeah, you are. No, that's good. Good afternoon, everybody, and I want to thank everybody on behalf of Charity Hospice of Wintersville for the opportunity to have the wonderful congressman here today, and a wonderful day outside. And again, thank everybody for taking their time to come to this event, and hopefully this will be a well worth afternoon. Born and raised on family farms, Bill Johnson learned early the values of hard work, honesty, and sacrifice. Johnson entered the U.S. Air Force in 1973 and retired as a lieutenant colonel after a distinguished military career more than 26 years. He graduated summa cum laude from Troy University in Alabama in 1979 and Georgia Tech University with a master's degree in 1984. As Director of the Air Force Chief Information Officer Staff, U.S. Special Operations Command, Johnson worked directly top leaders with various U.S. intelligence communities to ensure America's special operations forces were adequately equipped to carry out critical national security missions. Bill is a proud recipient of the Air Force Meritorious Service Medal, the Air Force Commendation Medal, and the National Defense Service Medal. Following his retirement from military service, Johnson turned to creating and building high-technology businesses and also served in the executive leadership team as Chief Informational Officer of a global manufacturing company. In 2010, Johnson was elected to his first term to represent the people of Ohio's 6th Congressional District, which covers much of southeastern Ohio and eastern Ohio. He currently serves on the Veterans Affairs Committee, where he is chairman of the Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee, as well as sitting on the Natural Resources and Foreign Affairs Committees. Additionally, he is a member of the House Shale Caucus. Bill and his wife Leanne currently reside in Marietta, Ohio, with a son, Nathan. He is also the proud parents of 3 grown children and a grandfather of 5. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me proud honor to introduce Congressman Bill Johnson.
Thank you so much. It is great to be with you today. It's always good to be here at Eastern Gateway. We come here often. We have a very good working relationship with the folks here, and we're always proud to be here. Thank you so much. Let me say hello to a few folks in the room. We've got Steubenville Mayor Mucci here. We've got Dr. Meeks, President of Eastern Gateway, and Kathy Davidson, our City Manager. And I also want to say thanks to Steve Seminara of Charity Hospice and the folks that helped set this up. So thank you so very, very much. We're here to talk about health care today. But before we do that, I've got an important announcement to make for you. A few months ago, some of you may remember, I was approached by city officials here with a problem in our metropolitan housing complex. We met, we talked through some of those issues, and then there we go. And then I wrote a letter to the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. I've got some good news. We've had some movement on that issue. And let me just read you a few things. In response to my request for a congressional investigation into the Jefferson Metro Housing Authority and Fort Steubenville Apartments, I recently received a response from Secretary Donovan. And I'm pleased to announce today that HUD has started today to take real investigative action in this case. A physical inspection is taking place today at Fort Steubenville Apartments. This physical inspection will specifically seek to address many of the issues brought to my attention by the community regarding safety and security issues relating to these taxpayer subsidized properties. The Secretary has advised that he will continue to keep me posted as to the results and the findings of the inspections. In addition to that, HUD will be conducting a management and occupancy review over the next few months. Now, during this evaluation, the following areas are going to be examined: break-ins, vandalism, drug activity, arrests, auto theft, and those kinds of things. The evaluator will also look at the types of security measures utilized at the site, for example, tenant patrol, motion sensors, security cameras, and those kinds of things, and will require the owner to take corrective actions based on the findings. Secretary Donovan will be keeping me abreast of those results as well. Now, the last thing I want to say is that you can get involved, and what's important is for you to let us know and to let the Department of Housing and Urban Development know that you have concerns. So if you've got a complaint related to these properties, I encourage you to make that complaint known. Jackie Stewart or Sarah, either one, can give you the information on how to do that. If you're concerned about having your name tagged to the complaint, you can make a complaint anonymously. But it's very important that the Secretary and the authorities hear from you, the people that are concerned about these properties. So with that, let's get on about our business today.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Congressman,
Yes. Thank you on behalf of the city of Steubenville.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
I'm not going to use a microphone.
Okay.
Nancy here would tell you that I got a big mouth anyway. Her name's not Nancy, she knows that. The first thing I want to do is introduce a special guest that we've got. This gentleman setting up his camera here in the back of the room. He is not with my team. He is not with Eastern Gateway. He is not with the media. He is with Mr. Charlie Wilson's campaign. And so he is going to be videotaping and recording everything that we say here today. So just wanted to let you know so that you know who's in the room and what's being done. So with that, we'll get started. Health care is on the minds of nearly all American citizens. You know, I've got an 80-year-old mother. And one of the first phone calls that she made to me after I was elected, she said, "Bill, please tell me that you're going to fight to keep them from taking away my Medicare benefits." And many of you, like my mother, are dependent upon those Medicare benefits. You know, my mother is offended by the term entitlement. Are you folks?
Very much so.
When it refers to Medicare? Well, I can understand why you would be. Because you see, I don't believe, you have invested into those benefits. You've paid into those benefits. And you deserve now for the federal government to stand up and make sure that you receive those benefits. So why is there so much talk about Medicare, and why is Medicare in trouble?
There are several reasons. Number one, from the time you woke up this morning until the time you go to bed tonight, there's going to be 10,000 new Medicare enrollees signing up for Medicare services. 10,000 per day. That's a lot of people. Second issue is that on the average, and this is a good thing, Americans are living about 20 years longer than they were projected to live when Medicare was put in place. So the formula was never designed to handle this type of volume for this long of a period of time. Then you've got the rising costs of health care. And we all know that all of the experts are saying, CBO and others, are saying that the President's health care law is going to drive health care costs even higher. And finally, you've got the issue that the health care law itself cut over $700 billion out of Medicare to pay for the health care law. Much of that money, at least 200 billion of it, I did say 700 billion, right? Not million. Sometimes I get my B's and my M's. 700 billion came out of Medicare. 200 plus billion of that comes out of Medicare Advantage, which hurts about 36,000 Americans here along the river. So how do we address that? You got a system that is collapsing. The President's own advisors have acknowledged, and the trustees of the Medicare fund have acknowledged it's going to go bankrupt by 2024. It's not going to survive if we don't do something. So what is it that we can do? The plan that I have supported and will continue to support, because if I don't, my mama's going to come in with me to protect her Medicare, is to make sure